to Knit One,
Heart 2. Episode 166.
Okay. I'm Sheila, also known as Sheila D. 37. I was about to say 137.
Sheila D. I'm like, is that your rap name? I'm Wendy.
Am I Sheila D?
37.
All right.
Not Sheila D.
Sheila D. 37. No, Sheila D. 37.
And I'm Wendy, also known as Penny Winnie. And
I'm getting off of work. I'm a little tired.
Yeah. Welcome to the show. We're trying a new recording time. This is our first time recording since Sheila started her new job.
Yes, and I'm coming straight
from work. That's
I think
why
I
she's
just
crying.
swallowed a cat fur. Straight from work, and we'll have to figure this out because my kids are with their grandfather right now. That's one of the reasons why I can do this without feeling guilty.
You don't have to feel guilty. It's one day a week, and it will only be a short
One day
period.
a week, they're already by themselves for a good portion of the hours during that day. So yes, I feel guilty.
Oh.
Especially on a hot day when our neighbors have a pool.
Well, maybe you can get a regular day assigned where they go to somebody's house.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
So if this is your first time watching, welcome to the show. And if you are a return viewer, thank you for coming back. Shout outs. We are drawing 2 prizes at the end of this show. We've finished our monthly stash busting knit along. So we'll draw 1 prize for that. And we are also finishing our 2-month
Sock knit
along, and we're drawing for that. Also, we're going to announce a new contest. So you need to stick into the end of the show because the prize for that contest is going to be a gift card to Webb's and some yarn. We're going to pick 3 winners.
Some really nice stuff.
So,
and how long are we going to run that for?
2 months.
2 months?
We'll run it for July and August.
Okay.
It's a charity knit along, so not only can you win a chance for fabulous prizes, but you'll be doing good in the world.
We've never done a charity knit along before.
Not one that's like...
where you knit and hand it.
No, we haven't. This is our first one.
Yep.
So we will talk about that in Gossip and Innuendo so that we can give it a full discussion.
Am I going first?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, because I went alone last week.
So, unfortunately, with the new job and the very hot weather and no AC in my house right now, I have very little progress to show you. I've knit a little bit on my sock at work during break. I take my breakfast and then my lunch and I knit whatever I have afterwards. So this is the, I'd call it the Mystic Sock, but this one isn't the Mystic Sock. It's just a generic sock that I am just keeping it mindless. So
she's too busy to be mystical.
I am too busy. I told you, my socks have to be plain vanilla because it's the way that I can knit and talk and do other things. Mm-hmm. So this is Snitches, Seriously is the colorway. And it's on I believe it's a 1.5 needle magic loop style. 64 stitches. So I am probably about halfway up the foot before I even attempt the heel. And I'll be doing a fish lips kiss heel. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
Oh my God.
For the first time ever.
So that's...
You got it on the first time.
I actually did most of the blue today. That's how much I've been able to knit. See? That's with break and lunch. And like I said, at home right now, we don't have any AC because my husband has been lazy and not putting it in. We have window ACs, and until that happens, I can't knit because when my hands get hot and sticky...
You don't feel like doing it.
No.
So that is Mystic Spiral Sock by Josh Rakes.
Yes. Except for that isn't.
Oh, the other one is.
And then...
So you remember if you watched a few episodes ago, I flagged a conversation between me and Sheila where I said some stuff about her shawl.
So if you watched that,
you would have heard me notice. I dropped my beads.
You would have noticed me say, "Oh, sugar, I made a mistake. What do I do?" Because I wasn't sure whether or not I was going to fix it or not.
And then I said, "Why don't you just drop it down and fix it?"
And that she would do it for me.
Well, no, Sheila said, because I don't think it will be easy to put back. And I said, why? I'll do it for you.
Who was right?
Me. Sheila was right.
So she dropped it down.
I feel so bad now.
and attempted.
I dropped it down like
Keyword.
20 to 25 rows.
Attempted to fix it. So what happened is on the pattern, the center stitch is supposed to remain stockinette. I did not do that.
And it's a yarn over, knit, yarn over, purl, yarn over on the other side, so that the
it's a yarn over, knit, purl, knit on the other side.
Yeah, sorry.
Because you're not doing the increase on that. And I think I screwed. No, all right. So she attempted, keyword attempted, to fix it and couldn't, and ended up ripping 20 some odd rows. 20 to 25
rows.
Back.
Now you tell me that it's a knit on that row. I'm like, oh, now I know what I was doing wrong. I blame, first of all, in my self-defense, I was severely drugged out on sinus medication that day. But, yeah.
Let me just say that if you're drugged out on sinus medication, don't offer to fix something. I would have been more than happy to leave it that way. If your friend
is drugged out on sinus medication and she says that she knows what she's doing,
don't put this on me.
Her. No, I'm saying it's like a PSA. Just don't believe her. No matter how reasonable and like knowing she sounds, just don't believe her.
So needless to say, she ripped back 25 some odd rows, and I have yet to knit to the point where I showed you last time.
That's how bad it was. I felt so bad.
So this is what my balls look like right now.
So I have to say,
this is what my shawl looks like right now.
At least there's some green on it. There was no green on it after I ripped it back.
No, we ripped it back down to this little finger hole here. See? Yeah, right there. So I'm almost to the point where I was.
I think you're going to forgive me later in the show.
Oh, I'm not worried about it. What was it? Well, just think, you get to knit that green color all over again. I'm like, I'm going to be more than fine not knitting that green color all over again.
You get double the pleasure of knitting. See, if I had not been so drug-addled, what I would have done and what the smart woman would have done before even ripping it back is to look at the pattern to see exactly what it was I was replacing and to pay more attention when I ripped it down. But I did not do that.
That's all right.
It was totally my fault. I'm not trying to get out of it. I'm just telling you.
I just can't wait to finish this because this is going to be absolutely gorgeous.
I love it.
And with the new people at work, when it gets cold, I can't wait to wear it.
You're going to get a lot of compliments.
It's just going to be one of those things that people are just going to be like, wow, the
colors. It's so eye-catching.
It just doesn't do... Oh, actually, that looks absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, you can really see the colors today. It's beautiful. It's much more beautiful now that you've replaced the part that I ripped out. Mostly replaced the part that I've ripped out.
But it's funny because I don't think it would have even noticed if I didn't even fix it.
You wouldn't have, which was why, see, again, I blame, in part, my drug-addled sense because the wiser woman would have been like, just live with it. I don't know what was going on. I was not in my right mind.
So anyways, this is the Tan House Brook shawl by Jen, and I don't remember her last name, but it's Boston Jen on Ravelry. And I'm doing it out of Gypsy Girl Creations Transition Yarns. Yeah. 2 skeins, and I'm alternating the 2 skeins to keep the colors somewhat together.
Yeah.
Because it's a transition, and I didn't want it striping.
Right.
And, you know, they can't guarantee each skein is exactly alike. You just can't guarantee that. And I'm really loving this. And I will probably do this again. Not necessarily the shawl. The shawl definitely, with a gradient, looks absolutely gorgeous.
That's a great shawl.
But I may do something with the other 2 skeins I have on a similar...
Yeah, to give it that effect. Because putting the 2 balls together really lengthens out the color change.
Yeah, really does.
Yeah.
But yet it keeps the interest in it because, you know, you get some purple and blue interchanging because the 2 colors... transition the 2 different skeins aren't exactly alike, and it's really kind of neat.
The other thing that we can learn from this is don't let me touch your knitting.
Yeah,
I might sound
that is the biggest thing I think I learned.
I think you can allow me to touch your knitting, but what you need to do is say, "Have you taken any drugs? Is there any reason why your judgment might be impaired at this time?"
Wow, my cord's almost ready to fall out of this.
Ooh. Is it a knit picks?
Yep.
Interchangeable?
Yep.
Do you want to put it on another cord?
It's...
I can give you another cord if you want before you leave.
Maybe afterwards, yeah.
How long is that cord that you're using?
I don't care how long it is, as long as it's...
Yeah.
This is too long, actually.
I'll give you another one. I have a bunch of really long ones. You can have one.
So that's all I got on the needles, because that's how I roll right now.
I don't have a lot on the needles either. The first thing to have on the needles is my Star Leaves Shawl by Jenny Johnson Jonan. I did very little on this week, except for purl a row and knit a row, so it hasn't gotten any bigger. But I'm knitting this out of Fleece Artist Sock, Saldana 2 lace yarn in the, I can never remember it, Stardust colorway. Yes, Stardust colorway. And I'm using a 0.9 millimeter crochet hook to put on the iridescent beads. And this is a really enjoyable project, and I love knitting on it, and the only reason I haven't is because I was caught up doing some crochet things, and I've been helping my husband do work on the house while my kids are gone. So I haven't done a lot this week, period. Like, I have not had big periods of time where I sat down. So that's kind of the same place that it was last time. And I have that on my signature needles. I think I went up a needle size. I'm doing it on 4 millimeters, US 6. I love signatures. So that's the first thing on the needles. And then on the crochet hook, I have another Lalylala doll. This is going to be the bunny doll that I've shown before.
So on the bunny doll, is it a hood that makes her a bunny?
The hood has ears, and it makes a bunny. And then you also put a tail on the back, like a bunny tail. I'm going to pull it up real quick on here. So, yeah, I showed last week, I am on the pattern. Where is the pictures that it's supposed to show?
You drinking passion fruit or something?
No, it's my hair.
Oh, all right. I keep smelling passion. I'm like, where is that coming from?
I just had my hair done, so it's the shampoo and the product.
All right, as long as I know where it's coming from, I'm like,
I know.
I keep going. I'm like,
when the lady was blowing the so yes, here's a picture of what the hood looks like. You make a hood. If I can get it. Oh, it's moving. It's changing. I don't like it's.
Oh, I see.
See if I can find one that I can make bigger. Maybe can't really see it anywhere else. Maybe this one. You knit a little hood and you put bunny ears on it, and just the face peeks out. Whoops. Oh, I guess it doesn't want me to make it bigger, but I'll try to get it. But there's no glare. You can kind of see it. This one's white on white. My bunny's going to have a white face, and the hood's going to be pink, and I'm like halfway. Let's see if I can find the hood in here. I'm working on the hood. Here it is. This is how much I have done of the hood. This is like the back of the hood. It's going to slowly come around until just the face is showing, and then you make two big bunny ears. And then she'll have arms, and then a little round tail. And I think the tail I might make white to match the face. And the arms are just going to be all pink.
Right.
They don't have little hands. And this is the same as the mushroom boy that I did last week. And this is for my niece's birthday. And for some reason, I use a little safety pin on the beginning stitch of each round. And so this is a pretty mindless crochet because I might have to count in between increases, but I don't have to keep track of the entire stitch count every round because I have marked the end of the round. So it's been like this relaxing, fun project that I'm really enjoying. And I can just pick it up and put it down easily. So the bead knitting is a little more complex to get. I have to set up everything before I do it. And this I don't have to. So I've really been focusing more on that this week. But yeah, I bought another Lalylala pattern. I bought the, where is he? I bought the Housefly Boy. And that's where you get the directions for the hood. But I think I'm going to buy the sheep and wolf's clothing, or the wolf and sheep's clothing one, because I bought some yarn for that this week. So yeah. So those are the two things I have on the needles, just the doll and the shawl. And that's it.
Okay. Finished. I got nothing.
I got nothing.
Write your dates. No dates to write this week, and I apologize. I really was hoping to have this shawl done. And if we didn't have that accident, it would have been done. But
yeah, it would have been done like last week.
Well, I wouldn't have been recording anyways, though. Because
Bad.
And so, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I guess I have a half finished object.
PhD.
Project half done. It's about halfway done.
Yeah.
It looks so creepy like this.
Looks like an alien.
But it's going to be super cute
phone home. E.T. phone home. Whirlwind Romance.
I have not gotten my warm color, cool color project off the wheel. And I say, because it is July 2nd today.
How much warm color, cool color do you still have to do?
I have part of the cool color still to spin.
What about the warm?
I haven't even started it.
Well, if you get at least the cool color off. Then
I have 2 wheels, so I'll just do, I did, like I told you a few weeks ago, I did get the part from my sidekick, so I have 2 operable wheels. But I will show you, because some people asked about it on Instagram. Tour de Fleece starts on July 5th, so I will open I will open a thread on July 5th, so that people can show what, like, any finished thing that they did during Tour de Fleece. And at the end... Spinning Tour de Fleece project, sorry. Yeah, I'll put rules in the thing, but it's for the Tour de Fleece. It's for people that are spinning for Tour de Fleece. And I'm going to give away a bump of fiber from my stash to one person. In fact, it's the same bump that I tried to give away last year that no one ever claimed. So really? I'm giving it away again.
Apparently you don't like this bump.
I don't know. It's really nice. Now that I can spin silk, it's even more nice. But I'm going to give it away. It's a merino silk blend. It's very nice. So I will do that. But what my project is for Tour de Fleece, I usually try to set a goal for myself. Sometimes it's just to spin as much as possible of the same person's or the same dyer's stuff. Last year it was to try to just spin some. Into
the World, right?
Yeah, but I did other stuff besides Into the World.
Oh, okay.
But I was just trying to spin more last year because I had really fallen, like, out of the way. And this year, I'm doing a specific color experiment project. I think I've mentioned it before, but my friend Diane and Oz and I talk about spinning when we get together a lot, and we throw out these ideas about, like, I wonder what would happen if. And Diane recently did a sweater where she said to me, I'm so tired of having all these, like, one bump colorways, 4 ounces of one color, 4 ounces of another color, in my stash, because you're pretty limited to what you can get out of 4 ounces. Like, you can spin it really fine and get a lace shawl, but, you know, you're kind of limited. You can't get a sweater out of 4 ounces of yarn, right. Maybe a baby sweater. So, but she had a friend from our guild who took a bunch of bumps that had at least one color in common and ripped them all apart and mixed them up and randomly spun them together and made a sweater out of them. So the color of the sweater, overall, it was all the same general color, but it had little different flecks. And Diane said it was gorgeous. So she spun a sweater for herself that way, and it came out great. And I really liked the yarn that she made, and I was like, oh, I should do that. I have all this navy blue in I knew I had a pound of navy blue in my stash. And I said, but you know what? I don't really want to mix that in. I was like, what do you think it would be like if I did 2 plies of a semi-solid dark color and then 1 ply that had a bunch of just bright pops of color, how that would look overall. And it's been kind of like floating around in my head. And we figured out that in order to make it work out right, because you need 2 plies of one color and 1 ply of the multi, that I'd need to have at least 6 4-ounce bumps of the dark and 3 bumps of the multi, so that it would be, you know, double what I had, so that I can get 2 and 1. So I did that, and I showed it on Instagram. So I'm just going to show you. I have already stripped the colors, and this one was really easy. These are semi-solid.
Are they all the same dyer?
Nope. Some of this is Spunky Eclectic. Some of this is Diabolical Yarn.
Roughly the same fiber?
Yeah, it's wool. One of them is just a wool blend, so it's a little bit of everything. The other one is Polworth, and then there's it's another fiber that's very similar to Polworth. You can't tell the difference by feeling them. It's from the same breed class as Polworth, and I can't think of it off the top of my hand. But what I did is I stripped them into lengths about this big, about this wide, and I just kind of like made them into these little like blobs. And this is this was some, what do you call it? Pencil roving that's navy blue. It has a little bit more white in it. So one of these is more of a solid navy blue that I had Rachel from Diabolical Yarn custom make for me the way that I wanted it. And one of them is from Spunky Eclectic. And hers has a little bit of gray and brown in it with the navy blue. And then the Biltmore is more of a pale blue or a white mixed in with it. But when you put them all randomly in the bag and just mix them together, you're not going to notice.
No, they all look the same.
So that's the 2-ply. Then I had 2 Into the World bumps in Take It to the Bridge colorway from one of the clubs that are, I'm going to show you this. They're the more muted colors that you see here. And then I found at Webb's a bump from Frabjous Fibers that had the exact same colors, but a slightly more like pop version of it. So where the purples are really dark here, it's more of a pink, and where the blue is kind of deep or pale like this, it's more of an aqua. And it sounds weird, but when you blend them all together, 2/3 of the string is going to be darker, more muted colors. And then every once in a while, you'll have a pop that's like brighter yellow. And I think it's going to come out really pretty. And I did this with the multicolored ones. What I did is I took the braid and I stripped it into like 8 or 9 thin strips lengthwise. And then I just took each length and I broke off about this much and put it into a little, just to kind of hold it together. So I have a bunch of pieces that look like that. It's kind of very similar to what you would do if you were thrumming.
That's what I was thinking of. I'm like, gee,
just a little bit bigger.
Yeah, that would make some nice thrums.
But it's and when I spin for the navy blue one, I'll just randomly put them in. I'm not going to pay attention to it at all because the colors of all 3 bunches of wool are so similar that even if I did do a couple in a row, you're not going to notice it. With these, I want to intentionally make sure that I never put 2 of the really bright ones next to each other. That's my only rule. I don't mind if I put 2 of the dark ones next to each other, but I'm going to try not to put, I would like to have dark in between the lights so that it's more sparing.
Right.
And I'll just spin it up and see what happens. And then I'll apply it and I'll knit a sweater out of it. And I have no idea what it's going to look like. I have an idea in my head, but I have no idea if it's going to be the same. But I'm excited. So I'm really looking forward to this project. Like, it's exciting for me, and I hope that I can at least get all of the colored fiber done. And I don't know if I'm going to have enough time with what we have planned during Tour de Fleece to get it all done, but I'm going to try to spin the whole sweater's worth. So I will not be doing a lot of knitting during Tour de Fleece, but I'm excited to find out how this color experiment works. Yay!
That'll be good.
Yeah, so that's it for Whirlwind Romance.
Crushes and Heartbreaks.
No, future dates.
Oh, future dates. I think after this, I'm definitely going to wind up that worsted weight yarn I showed.
Oh, yeah.
I need a worsted weight project, I think.
Yeah, that'll be good for you.
And it will be, what did I say, fingerless mitts and...
A hat. No,
not a hat.
a cowl.
No, a headband.
A headband, that's right. I don't remember.
Yeah. All right. So that's
I was on drugs that week. I don't remember anything.
Other than that, I haven't really looked into anything. I do have something else that I just purchased that I'll look into doing as well. So, yeah, that's all I got.
My future date is to just finish what I have on the needles because I think I might be doing a little bit of a break in between spinning, but it will not be a big project. But I do want to show you something that might be one of the things that I do as a future date in between my spinning. I went over to my friend Diane's house yesterday, and I took with me a giant bag of scrap sock yarn that I have, some of which is from my stash, some of which is from my mother's stash, and some of which was sent to me by a viewer for my sock blanket. And I used a lot of that yarn to make my Zoom Loom, my Zoom Loom blanket. If you've seen it, it's in my project page. So we took each skein and put them in a pile.
Her and Diane.
Me and Diane. And we counted out just over 9 yards and wound it up into a little bundle. And we did 2 from each skein.
I didn't realize 9 yards is that much.
This is 9 yards doubled.
So 18 yards.
So 18 yards total. It's 9 yards, you double it. It's just over 9 yards. 9 yards and a little, double it.
Still, I didn't realize 18 yards.
Oh, yeah. And we made something like 80 or 90 of these little pre-measured things. So all you have to do is reach into the bag and pull one out and make a square out of it on your Zoom Loom. And I have them in my giant Just a Loose sweater bag, but this is some of the goodness. We wound yarn from her, and she had a bag from her stash too. So that was like from my stash, my mom's stash, the donated stash, and her stash. We wound yarn from 11:15 until 3:15. That's how crazy it was. We got really good at it. Yeah. And we put the leftovers back in my stash bag because Diane wanted to get them out of her house. But that's okay because I think I'm going to unload some of the junk from my garage to her husband.
Well, there you go. Fair trade, right?
Yes, any day. Scrap yarn versus scrap in my garage, any day. So, yeah, that was something fun. So I might zoom a little bit because I have another blanket in mind that I want to do. I want to start from the center with the, red and spiral out to purple like that. I think it would be really pretty. It would be squares still because it's squares, but it would go like that. Don't you think that would be really pretty?
Yeah, it would be.
So the edges would be darker. I think it would look gorgeous. So that is my plan. And I know that zooming is sometimes a nice break from knitting, crocheting, spinning. So, I need another hobby.
I know.
But is not my blanket that I made amazing? It's pretty amazing. You can't see it, but it's on my couch. It's under the pillow. So yeah, that's it for my future dates.
Now, Precious and Heartbreaks?
Yes.
Okay. So I started my job about a week and a half ago. I work tomorrow and then I have the holiday off. It's going really well. I'm getting more and more adjusted to being in a hospital setting. There's the ER, the ICU, so I'm a little nervous about coming across patients that I just can't get. Haven't really come across that yet, knock on wood. We see a whole bunch of different patients. I have not been given the okay to draw on my own yet. And it's not that I'm not capable, it's more protocol and procedures that they're worried about. But yet in the mornings I've been going in and helping them. And basically I share the phlebotomy cart with someone, take a label, take my stuff, and go in a room.
Yeah. They
take a label, take their stuff, and go in a room. So I'm really not being watched. Because, the sooner I can get up and help them, the better.
Yeah.
So, and then we do a lot of outpatients. I have not done any children, and I probably won't for quite a while. I've watched a lot of little babies come in, a lot of toddlers come in. It's been really fun. The people are really nice. I mean, just like any job, you have people who are moaning and groaning, and people who really, it's just a job. There were 2 people who live in Wilmington that I work with. One of them, unfortunately, is leaving. She's leaving the state, so she's only going to work on Sunday night, so I'm not going to work with her, which is a shame because we really got along really well. But it's kind of nice. I don't have to have a limited amount of butterflies. I can have as many as I need because really, ultimately, we're there for the patient. If it's going to make it easier for the patient to use a butterfly, then that's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
So I've drawn on ER patients, and apparently it's like an unwritten rule that if I draw on an ER patient and need a butterfly, I take it from them because they have their own little stash of butterflies.
Good to know.
And so I'm like, all right, sounds good to me. Doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, that's nice.
So, yeah, but I'm on a good time. The people are really nice, and I'm starting to get to work with, like, there's definitely the full-timers, which I'm considered. My kids are having a good time during the summer. Been swimming a couple times. My dad's here. That's fun. He's got the boys right now to the beach, visiting my brother down the Cape, who's down the Cape for a week. I think what else is going on. That's about it. Just trying to figure out my schedule and adjust my timing. I've been getting up my alarm goes off at about 4:30 just because I'm a snoozer.
Yeah.
I hit the snooze.
Oh, I can't do that. I have to get right
I
up.
know. Well, one day last week, instead of hitting the snooze, I turned it off.
Oh my god.
I was like 7 minutes late. Yeah, it was bad. Nobody notices though. But so I'm just trying to figure out, like, I think I'm gonna stop making my lunches at night, not worrying about taking up time there. If I really try and take a shower at night, then I can get like 15 extra minutes of sleep.
I know. I was thinking, do everything the night before.
But by the time I get home, I'm just so exhausted that, I sit on the couch. I was doing laundry yesterday, so I'm getting there, and it doesn't help with the heat.
The heat has been brutal here
and
the last
then,
couple days.
My neighbors have a pool, and it's not fair for me to send my kids over without me being there to watch them. So, if I'm over there watching them, then nothing else gets done. So, we're getting there. I just got to figure out the routine. Of course, when they're in school, it will work out better.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah. The 4th of July is coming up.
Yeah. Anything else? Any other crushes, heartbreaks?
Not at this time. No, I don't think so. My insurance, I think, is going to get better.
I think that's going to be a crush.
Yeah, I'll find out in a couple of weeks, though. Really, yeah. That would definitely be worth the pay decrease. Because basically, if I do it at the hospital that I'm in, I don't pay for anything.
That's 100%, yeah.
And
that's good coverage.
The pharmacy is pretty good. So,
yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. So far, so good. It's nice to be home and not having to make a couple of dinners in advance.
Yeah, that is nice. So is that all your crushes?
Yeah, it is.
So I have a crush, getting stuff done. The bathroom has done. Well, we had to have a plumber come in to our shower stopped letting the water come out of the shower head alone. It would come out mostly out of the faucet and some out of the shower head. And it was getting less and less out of the shower head. So that's fixed. And when they started it, they told me it was either going to cost $200 or $2,000, but it only cost $200. And then we were able to replace the shower head with a better one, so we did that. So that's taken care of. We picked out wood for our kitchen floor. Well, wood. It's Pergo. And the man is coming to measure our floor tomorrow. And hopefully his estimate will be close to the rough estimate that they gave us. And if that's the case, then as soon as he comes in, I will have a new floor. We've been cleaning out our garage and our basement. We gave away a ton of stuff to my brother and sister-in-law. And so that's going really well. And we started work painting we need to paint our front room and our hallway, and I need to do some plaster work. So it's only been about a week since the kids left, and we have been banging out the projects. Good. So that is my crush. My other crush is my Fitbit.
Oh.
Is on its way.
No charge?
No charge.
Is there a lifetime guarantee or something?
No, it has a 1-year warranty. You didn't watch the show, so you wouldn't know this. But just to recap very briefly, Fitbit died in the end of June. I bought it on May 5th of the year before. So on May 6th of July of 2014.
Your
The warranty expired, and on June 25th, 20 days later or whatever, or 20, I don't know, whatever, a month and some days afterwards, it had a big freak out and it just died.
Really?
Yeah, it kept resetting itself, and I'd never had a problem with it. And so I sent them my information. I did have proof of purchase, which I got from my bank account statement, and
good.
I sent everything into them, and I said, I know I'm over the warranty, but I really had hoped that my Fitbit would last longer than just a year, and I was one of the first people that bought it because I bought it the first weekend that it released. And they wrote back and they said, we can tell from your account that you're a loyal customer who's used it every day, and we're going to make an exception for you.
Oh, good.
So they said, your thing is clearly defective, and we're sending you a new one. And I got the shipping notice yesterday, so
good.
It's in Indianapolis, right? As of this morning.
Same color or?
Well, the way that you get the Fitbit is it comes in either a black wristband or a teal wristband, and they asked me what color I wanted, but I think that was their standard thing in case I had one of the clip-on ones that actually the device actually comes in a color. The Fitbit is a little black thing that sticks in the colored band.
So that's what you think you're getting?
So, well, I said, if you're talking about the device, I just want a Fitbit Flex, so they're all the same. I said, but if you are talking about the band, I would like purple, but they sent me a replacement black one, so now I'm going to have 4 black bands instead of 2.
Oh.
But that's good because my husband's teal band is worn out, so he can take one of my new ones if he wants it. That's how, I don't care. I just want my Fitbit back. And so I'm really pleased with the customer service.
Good.
I was nervous about it. But they were their letter was so nice to me.
Yeah, it sounds it.
So that is my other crush. And let's see, do I have any heartbreaks? I don't think I have any heartbreaks.
You missing your kids?
Not really. I talk to my kids every day. They're having a great time. They don't miss me. I'm having a great time. I don't really miss them.
Not yet. You
Talk
will.
to me next week.
Yeah.
I mean, I do miss them at night. Like, I wish I could hug them and everything. But it is really... this is like my vacation. It's like a total vacation. I can live my life in my house, surrounded by my stuff, but I'm not responsible for, 3 other people. I'm just responsible for one other person.
Right.
And... It's my husband and I have been going out to places that we can't eat with the kids, either because they hate the food or because it's too fancy. And we've had one night we just had cheese for dinner.
That would be like me eating cereal
totally
for dinner.
Irresponsible. Yeah, it's been really fun. So yeah, those are my crushes and heartbreaks.
Oh, good.
Baubles and Bling.
I had 2 things to show you, and I didn't bring them. I apologize. I was on my way to work this morning. I forgot one thing that I brought. I went back into the house, went back to the car, was pulling out. Remembered I forgot my Baubles and Bling.
She'll show it next week.
And I said, yeah, no.
So nothing?
Nothing to show.
Well, I bought you something.
You
so
did.
You have 1 Baubles and Bling. I gotta find it.
What did you buy me?
It's not a big deal. This is in honor of your new job.
Oh, jeez.
Take them out. They're so funny.
Where'd you get these?
I ordered them for you. There's 10 of them, I think.
There's a whole bunch of pins. This will be great because this way, if I put them on my lab coat, no one's going to take my lab coat.
Exactly.
Because we don't have our names on this one. Peace, love, and phlebotomy. Instant phlebotomist, just add coffee and a little sugar. Phlebotomist, it's a bloody job. Phlebotomy check.
Do you have that one?
No, you know what it was? Is someone on Instagram posted it, and she sent me one through Instagram.
Oh, yeah. I knew I had
the work
seen that
I
one
do
before.
is all in vain. VEIN with the little needle. Phlebotomist. Bloodletting is my specialty. Speciality. I got a needle, and I'm not afraid to use it. Testing, and it's all a bunch of tubes.
All the tubes.
all the different colored tubes, and I could tell you what each one of them is. Phlebotomy Babe. And then Authentic Phlebotomist 100%.
100%.
Okay, couldn't see it. It was tiny.
Can you even believe that I was able to find these?
No.
I was going to give them to you for your birthday, but I was like, I'm going to give them, it's just a little thing.
They're cute.
I got them on Etsy.
They're adorable.
I searched on Etsy and found them.
Phlebotomy pins?
Phlebotomy pins. Who knew? I was like, you could put them on your coat.
I'm going to find a lab coat
on
that...
your hangy thing?
No, I don't wear... Well, I wear a clip. I don't wear the lanyard because if a patient grabs it...
Well, if you make a lanyard with a magnetic thing.
I'll have to find a better coat then.
Those awesome.
They are awesome.
So you have Baubles and Bling.
These are my Baubles and Bling. I'm going to probably put like 4 or 5.
I was to you last week, but then
and then I don't want them all on there. Because
no, you can spread them out. You can put some on your purse.
And then put the rest in my locker and I can interchange them.
Yeah, or you could put magnets on the back and make them into little magnets.
Although, yeah, I'd probably lose them though. We'll see. Thank you.
You're
those
welcome.
are cute.
When I saw them, I was like, oh, I'm buying those.
That's funny.
So I have just a little bit of Baubles and Bling. One Baubles and Bling you already saw. A part of the fiber that, oh my god.
I just pulled it out.
A part of the fiber that I shredded up for my multicolor is a bump of frabjous fiber that I bought at Webb's in the Breeze colorway.
Mm.
I also got a 2.55 millimeter US 0 crochet hook because that is what I'm supposed to be using on this doll and the other thing that I made. Instead, I am using a a 2.25 millimeter instead of a 2.5, and I'll show you how different they are.
So you're actually using a tighter gauge?
Yes. So he would have been bigger. That guy would have been bigger if I had used a slightly bigger crochet hook, but I don't know if it would have been
a squishy,
a good fabric.
I don't know.
Like that would have kept it out. So you can see. See if I can get them.
Big difference.
It's a big difference. You can see how much bigger. This is the one that I just bought. Oh, this is the one that I've been using. This is the one that I just bought. You can see how much bigger it is. So yeah, when I make the sheep one or the fly guy, I'm gonna use the bigger needle just to see. Not on something like well, I did the mushroom one. I did on what I had because I wanted to start it. On this one, I like the fabric on that one, so I did this one the same. Oh, and I didn't mention this is out of Karen's Simply Soft Light, but it's really not that horrible.
Oh no, that's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's not squeaky. Remember how that squeaky?
Oh,
Do you remember that squeaky?
Yeah.
They must have improved it because it's not
I'm sure.
squeaky. So anyway, I got that crochet hook, and then I got a skein of Cascade Yarn Sport Weight in the, I think it's just charcoal. That is what I'm going to use to make the wolf in my wolf in sheep's clothing doll because it's a pretty fine sport weight. And I just liked the natural color of it. Looks like natural, like a fur color.
Yeah, it does. It looks.
And that's all I bought at Webb's. One pop of fiber, one skinny yarn, and a crochet hook. So that's all the Baubles and Bling that I have. That's it for that.
Awesome.
Just an innuendo. That would be correct.
So we have some prizes to give out. For the sock knit along, we're giving you back a skein of sock yarn. It's Ladybug Fiber Company that was donated to us. It's self-striping in the...
Crocus.
Is it crocus?
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say crows. Crocus colorway, which didn't make sense.
Crocus makes more sense than crocus.
I agree. Crocus colorway, which is absolutely gorgeous, summery.
And show what it comes with on the tag.
It comes with a little ladybug.
A little ladybug stitch marker.
See?
A sock stitch marker. It's really cute.
And this is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon.
Perfect for a
460 yards. Machine wash or hand wash, lay flat to dry. So we had 211 or 210 people post in the sock knit along, and we drew number 157 with our handy dandy random.org number generator. Angie Ship, Andrea from Canada, won the gorgeous sock yarn. So Angie PM me, and I apologize. I will get this stuff out.
Oh, you haven't sent that?
No, but I need envelopes. That's part of the
Oh,
reason
okay.
why.
Yeah. Sorry. She wasn't here last week, so she couldn't get the envelopes.
As a matter of fact, why don't we address them today so that they'll be addressed?
All right.
And I just throw them in their fiber, though, we make. Do you have big ones?
I do.
Okay.
Well, no, it'll squish down.
All right. Well,
you just have to squish
we'll get them
out.
addressed anyways, and then I can send them out.
Yeah, you just have to squish it.
And then we have our June stash down and along crochet along, and we had 75 people participate. We're giving away the New York Sheep and Wool Rhinebeck
2012 Andy Warhol style bag.
I don't remember seeing any bags this past year, to tell you the honest truth.
It's a nice big bag. Like,
it is.
You could definitely put a bigger project in here because
like
it's
a shawl.
pretty big.
It definitely fit a
even
shawl.
Bigger.
So we drew number 48 on that, and that was KPAR62, Kathy in Colorado. So Kathy, please send me your snail mail address, and I will get that sent out to you.
We'll get this fabulous project bag. We picked that up in 2012 when we were at Rhinebeck, and I forgot we even had it as a prize.
It was tucked in a
It was
corner.
tucked in the bottom of the thing, and it's so cute.
It really is.
So, yeah, get in touch with Sheila. She will send it out. Now we want to talk about the shawl giveaway.
No, shawl knit along.
Shawl.
So
the
next month we're going to actually have
charity knit along.
This month we're actually having 3 knit alongs. We're going to have our normal, 3 alongs. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
We're going to have our normal stash down, knit along or crochet along. We're going to have the Tour de Fleece, spin along.
Spin along. Okay.
And then we have this new one. It's going to run from July and August. And it involves charity of shawls. Any shawls, any weight, any size.
Anything.
Any yarn, whether it's wool, whether it's acrylic, fingering weight, worsted weight, Aran weight, lace weight.
Anything.
Anything. If you already knit it and you decided you didn't like it, please send it to Lise at Webs. Lise. She pronounces it Lise.
Oh, it's Lise. I thought it was Lisa.
No, Lise.
Sorry, Lise.
Lise at Webs. We have an address for you that we will post in the show notes. If for some reason you
it
don't
will be
see
also posted in the knit along thread in the group on Ravelry.
So, what we're giving away. So it's going to be any shawl, any weight, anything, but a shawl, scarf type of deal. Preferably more of a shawl. Because what she does is she gives them to new moms, people whose family are ill, people who are dying, just
like in the hospice care.
Yeah.
It's a shawl ministry, like a comfort shawl ministry. And it goes to people who need them for whatever reason, as a comfort or to cover their baby when they're nursing, or it's a ministry. And she had some people that were working with her, and
they're getting older and not able to knit or crochet as much as they used to.
Can't do it.
And there's quite a lot of people in her community that need this. So she came to us and asked if we would be able to help her, and we're asking you if you could help her. And she donated some lovely prizes,
which I'm going to show you now.
The first grand prize. Here's the rules. You need to post a picture, and you need to send it to Webs.
You need to send it to Webs' address, or
send it to us.
You could send it to us, and then we would take it to Webs or send it to Webs. The easiest thing for you to do is to send it directly to Webs, but we need to know that you sent it, so it has to be sent somewhere.
Right. Either us or Webs.
Either us or Webs.
We're asking for an honor system here, please, people.
Yeah.
If you send it to Webs directly. The reason we're doing that is because of the prize. The grand prize is going to be it's not going to be, it is a $50 gift card to Webs, which can be used online.
Yep.
So if you're not in the area, you can still use it online.
Right.
And that's the grand prize. And then we're giving 2 other prizes away. of the Web's anniversary yarn. That's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
It's Lawned Laces anniversary, hand-dyed exclusively for Web's 40th anniversary, and the colorway is Harrison.
It says Hunt in Harrison.
Well, it's... I think the...
It says Harrison on 313 Harrison as the color, but then the price tag says 40th Hunt in Harrison.
I think that's just Web's way of describing what it is.
I don't know. So...
It's...
This is 75% what it looks like.
superwash merino wool, 25% nylon. It looks like it's a regular fingering weight. It's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous, and it is, that yardage is amazing. It's 436 yards.
The colors are just gorgeous.
You could make a shawl out of this gorgeous thing to replace the shawl that you gave to Charity.
Yep, I'm just going to undo it just so that people
can really see. Lorna's Laces is a really fabulous brand, so this is a nice thing. And that is such, those colors are beautiful.
It doesn't even adjust, it doesn't really show the pop of blue, the turquoise on this.
There's teal, there's turquoise, there's like a pale green, there's a navy. It's very pretty, all deep jewel-toned, bright colors. Gorgeous.
So we have 2 of these to give away. So the grand prize winner will be getting the $50 gift card.
And then we will draw 2 more names for the... I
don't think I did that tight enough. I didn't.
No.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something about this. This is the easiest charity knit-along or crochet-along, because you can crochet shawls too.
Yes,
they
absolutely.
can be crocheted, that you'll ever hear of, because you don't have to have finished the shawl anytime recently.
No.
If you have some shawls that you just ended up not liking the end product, or the color just isn't for you, you can donate those hand knit or hand crocheted shawls as well. It doesn't have to be created during the contest period. You know, and think of it this way, it'll go to somebody who can use it and who will really appreciate it. People who are in a nursing home, or people who are in hospice care, or a mother with a new baby who could use something like that. And I really like it because it just kind of sort of pays it forward.
Yeah.
So
we'll open up this thread.
We'll put the rules in there. The mailing address is going to be in there. The mailing address and all of the information will also be on the show notes. So if you're not a member of our group and you watch our show through the website, it's right below in the show notes.
And this is going to, again, run through July and August.
Yep, so it will end on the last day of August, and we'll draw a prize for the big prizes in September.
And try and mail it out as soon as possible, because she is looking for these shawls by September.
She needs them by the fall. And the more, every single one, if you donate 4 shawls, you can have 4 entries. You take a picture of each shawl that you donate.
Make sure you post them separately, though.
Yeah,
so
post separate. You need to have
pictures.
Separate posts. And it's great. My friend Diane was saying she's going to go through her stash and see which shawls she doesn't wear that often, and she's going to put them in. And I think I'm going to do the same. I'm not eligible for the prize, but... you know, it's a great way to give back. So I've had the pleasure of creating and knitting with my yarn. I don't really want to do anything with it. I haven't gifted them to a family friend. This is going to motivate me to get them out of my house so more shawls can come in. And you can do that too. So, and thank you, Lise, for coming up with this idea and for donating this amazing prizes.
Yes, thank you very much. It was very generous of you.
It is. Maybe I'll even sweeten the pot with another prize out of my stash.
There you go.
I'll think about it. I'll go see what I have. I have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I'll take a look at mine too.
We'll dig through. We might add more prizes. And if anybody out there is interested, you can add more prizes. If you're
let us know.
If you want to donate a prize specifically for the charity knit-along, which could be a pattern on Ravelry, anything.
Skein
yarn, a bag that you made, you know, stitch markers, anything like that. If you have something and you want to help make this charity drive happen a little bit more. Lise has been a really good friend every time we've been to Webs. She's been awesome, and I love it that we can do something back for her. But I really love it that you know, we're helping out these, some of her knitter friends are, you know, elderly and doing what they can, and I love it that we're just helping out them,
Right.
and also helping out all the people that get
Right.
the comfort shawls and everything. So, yeah, and it's awesome because it's completely open-ended. Anything.
Yep. No holds bar.
No holds
Any
bar.
shawl, any yarn,
Just
any
make
weight.
sure that you made it.
Well, no, even if somebody else, right, make sure it's made.
Make
Whether
it
you
handmade.
made it or whether somebody you knew made it.
And gave it to you and maybe you don't like
Exactly. I mean, I was just thinking that I have a couple of prayer shawls, but they do kind of mean something to me. But.
I know. It's hard to give stuff like
Yeah.
that. So,
On that note,
have a great week.
have a great week. Thank you for watching. If you're new to the show, thanks for checking us out. If you've watched us all along, thanks for coming back each week. We really do appreciate it.
We do.
And we'll see you next week.
Yep. Knit with heart. Bye.